Welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here in Los Angeles and we're going all the way to Israel with the wonderful Maya with her fantastic movie Crumbs. But for those that haven't seen it, let's take a look at a clip.
מה איתך?
אני בסדר. אני בסדר גמור.
אמא אחותך עדיין ברוגז איתך?
אחותי, כן. זה כאילו מצב קיים. אני כאילו... אבל אני משתדלת, כאילו, אני נפגשת עם החיינים שלי, אני עושה בשביל זה. הכל טוב.
היי בייב. החלטת? יופי.
Maya, I'm just honored we get to do this, even though we're so far away, we get to share your film with the world. So thank you for bringing your film to New Filmmakers LA.
Thank you, New Filmmakers LA. It was an amazing experience.
And Maya's got a very unique situation. She had the film festival this morning, which was last night for us, and then she's doing the interview the same day. So it's kind of cool. But thank you for getting up so early for us as well this morning. But let me tell you, Crumbs was such a wonderful film, and I'm so glad you brought it to our attention and brought it to our film festival. But for those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Okay, so Crumbs is basically a basic situation of two people, one room, and one night, almost in like real time. We go with them as they figure out this very strange night for them. Noah and Yoel are both, they know each other for a long time and they love each other in many ways, but through this night when they meet, secrets are revealed, manipulations are being made, questions about the gray areas of sex and relationships are being asked. And the end of the night might be the end for them, but we are not sure. Maybe there's an optimism there.
Maybe there is more. You know, I just love that you made a film about this. I just think that, you know, throughout life, maybe everyone has been in a situation that is maybe uncomfortable territory to talk about. And I love that you just brought this relationship on screen and basically kind of had opportunity to ask the things that maybe we're too scared to ask each other or ourselves. And I just love that you just put that, and it was so wonderfully shot. The film was just, I love the way it was shot. I love just so many moments that you gave us where, you know, you could feel that the energy of both the characters, and, you know, it was really quite an amazing film to watch. Where did the inspiration come for you in turning this story into a film?
Well, a lot of it came from the actors themselves and from our conversations, many conversations before we went into shooting. And also, you know, me and the DP, Omer Lotan, who's LA based, as I mentioned in the morning, in your night, we sat and watched some of the best films I love, including Blue Valentine, which I've mentioned, and A Woman Under the Influence, and many more, which are like really personal, kind of turning or shifting between POVs of the characters. Because I think for me, one of the most important things was to move between them. And this is a very great experience for me when people watch the film, when they're like with her and then they're with him and then they're with her and so on. And it's like shifting these perspectives. I had to do a lot with shooting it and with how we shot it and with how we made the mise en scene so we can identify with either one of them at a certain point of the film. So it was, I took a lot of inspiration from filmmakers who does that.
Yeah, well, I love that you mentioned some great films that you mentioned there, and you certainly made a great film yourself. And I love that you took some time to learn about that. And I love also what you said in the film festival, you know, about how you as a director work so closely with your actors in rehearsals. You know, and that was the reason you got fantastic performances, was because I'm sure you work very closely. Tell us a little bit about that process, because when you've got a lot of feelings, you know, intimacy, you really they really have to trust you as a director, you know, to kind of make this film. Tell us a bit about that journey.
So it was a very long journey. First of all, the casting, it took time because I really needed them to work together, and I wasn't sure about that at first. And then after their first matching, like when I put them both together in front of the camera, I was like, what's going on here? And then I realized after a lot of thinking that what I thought was them not working out together at all was basically fire. That we just had to kind of, tame and find a way to bring to the screen. And then it took a while, and then we realized that they worked amazingly together because we needed a conflict between them and we needed love between them, and they brought both. And we had conversation like separately with both of them because both of the characters are really sensitive, and the things they go through throughout this night is really like fragile, and they're really exposed. And I needed them to bring their own soul into that in order for that to work. And then we had a long work of just reading together, working on the dialogue so they can just, so it can pour out of them without it being like, feeling like something they need to work for.
Yeah.
And then we had the sex scene, of course, which was, for me, I read about intimacy coordinators, which we didn't have here then. Now we do, like one all over Israel.
Wow.
So I had to act like one, and it was just like very, very, very gradual and slowly. And at a certain point, we were like in my room, in my bedroom, both of them on the bed, because we had to choreograph the scene itself because of the movements on the camera, and so on. And I was like, are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with that? And then they were like, can we just do it? Okay, we got to the point where we're intimate enough. We're not scared of that. You're the only one scared of that. Let us just do it. So it was really fun in that way because I felt that all of us really like trust each other in this part and of course in all the other parts.
Yeah.
And the story Yoel tells at the end was also kind of intimate.
No, absolutely. And just, intimacy and conversation as well. Just, there was so much in the dialogue that was so conversational that I love to just to see. It was really great to see how they evolved throughout the whole film. Couple of things though, Maya, which shocked me. Firstly, I thought you probably made about 30 films by now. Shocked and discovered because it didn't look like, one of your first projects at all. Like, my goodness, like, well done to you. And then secondly, you also had another fantastic career and you decided to move into filmmaking, which is incredible. Yeah. When was that moment for you where you're like, I want to do this, I want to be a filmmaker? Because I'm so glad that you're in this industry now.
Well, if I would like to make it a dramatic story, there was one moment on the beach in Mexico, in South Mexico, where I said...
whereabouts?
Puerto Escondido.
I've been there!
It's an amazing place. It's amazing. You can't not have like life-changing decisions there. It's like that's the place to take them. So
yes,
if I want to be like really dramatic, it happened there. It wasn't about going to filmmaking. It was about stopping to be a clinical psychologist and deciding that I'm not doing that anymore, and then trying to figure out what I do want to do. But to be completely honest, I just enrolled into film school, and it wasn't only film school. I also like studied literature and writing. And then like gradually 2 weeks into school, I realized that I really enjoyed like the photography and the cinematography and editing much more than anything else. And I realized, well, I might be frightened of that because I wanted to do it ever since I was 5 years old, but I always postponed it. Mm-hmm. So maybe now's the time. And now I'm going for it. Yeah.
Amazing. That's a very special beach. Puerto Escondido is a very special beach in Mexico. I'm not surprised that place gave you a life-changing inspiration for you.
So much freedom and beauty. So much freedom. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Well, listen, what is next for you, Maya? What is next on the horizon for you?
Well, 2 projects that I'm working on. Sorry, I'll do that again because of my ear. So 2 projects I'm working on. I'm like, my day job is basically being a development manager in a drama production company here. It's the Fremantle Israel. But aside from that, which is amazing, and I study a lot, of course, I'm working on two of my personal projects. One of them is a short that we're in the midst of. It's called Matryoshka. I don't know if you know what it is. It's like the doll within a doll within a doll.
Oh, I love
stuff.
that.
Yeah, it's called Babushka, but the real name is Matryoshka, and it's about a mother and a daughter. The daughter is going through in vitro treatments, which are kind of hard, but luckily enough, I've managed to make it into a comedy, or kind of a comedy. So it's really, we shot 2 days, then COVID happened, and we're going to shoot again in 2 weeks. And it's amazing actresses, amazing like energy of just feminine women want to conquer the world, need to deal with their lives, like not taking the path as they wanted it to take.
Yeah.
So that's one which I'm really excited about. It's a short one. And then there's a series. It's called My First Family. It's in development. I'm doing it with Ori Sivan, one of the two creators of the treatment.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, as I told you in the morning, it's going to be about a world where you need a license in order to be a parent.
Yeah.
And the heroine of that is the woman who's doing the test. Like she's the one deciding who's fit to be a parent and who's not. And naturally, this gets really complicated at a certain point in the series. So that's another one in development, hopefully. Yeah.
Maya, I'm ready for all of your projects. Like, I'm ready.
Me too.
With some popcorn,
Me as well.
I'm ready. This is amazing. No, listen, this is so special that you've moved into this career. I'm so happy you're doing this because you were born to do it, and we're just so happy you brought crumbs to us. And I love the time and the energy that you take to the detail in your film. And we really are happy to have more of it. So I wish we could talk for hours, but I'm very thankful we get to do this, and please keep.
Thank you, Danny.
Us, okay?
Sure, I will. I'm going to come back.
Yes.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My everyone, crumbs.
Bye.